Hi, I'm Reid, editor of the EdisonReport, and we're here at LEDucation 2026. This is our C-Suite series. I'm joined by Sean Gaydos, the president of USAI. Sean, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. So you kind of toned it down a little bit on your appearance. Last day of the show, you're going a little casual here.
Yeah, definitely a little more cash.
Well, I'll tell you, you look like $1 million.
Thank you.
And it's bright, it's bold, but it looks good. I mean, you wear it well.
It's tasteful.
So I will congratulate you on that. All right, first thing I want to do is I want to talk about small in one,
Okay.
mini. Now, if I understand, this is a 3-inch aperture, and it's adjustable, and it can be a wall washer, but it's mainly a downlight. Do I have that right?
It's actually, as its name implies, it's all in one. So the whole concept of it was the idea of retrofit fixtures or install from below fixtures. They've been around for a while, but they typically have been more on the commodity side of things, not really spec rate driven. And we wanted to introduce something that really met the needs of the specifiers who wanted certain degrees of aiming, lockability, certain beam spreads, outputs, flexibility, IC, all those kind of things, trimless, millwork, all out of an install from below product, and it just wasn't really on the market yet. So we took all the things that we learned from our traditional housings and put them into an install from below, and kept it in a very small package. So it's under 4 inches tall, and it gives you up to 2,000 delivered lumens, and it can be a wall wash, adjustable, or downlight with most of the same features that you would find in one of our full featured products.
Does anybody have anything like this?
People have varying different degrees of it, but nobody who's really done it at the true specification grade that we have with the full range of features that we have.
And is it available now?
It's available to ship now, started shipping in February.
Okay, well, congratulations on that. What are some other new products that you're working on?
So, when we talked last year, there were a lot of things that we were looking at, and you asked me what's next, what's coming, and it was things like tighter beam spreads. So we have had 10 degrees for a while, but now we have 6-degree options in our 3-inch and our 2-inch products. We're expanding that into 2200 Kelvin and 2400 Kelvin dedicated. In the past, those have been typically 2700 was the lowest that you would see in the color temperature ranges. But we're seeing more in hospitality and in residential where people want 2200 and 2400 dedicated, not just on a warm glow dimming kind of thing, but actually full-time static 2200, 24, and they still want that nice tight beam distribution, so we're offering that as well. Then this year, what we're showing at the show for the first time is our Connect System, which to me is a pretty revolutionary take on the remote driver solution that you asked us last year what kind of company we are. I said we're a solutions company. And this was something that was solving a problem for a lot of people because remote drivers were one of those things that everyone was kind of thinking as just a necessity and kind of something they had to deal with as opposed to really being a benefit to the system overall. So it was almost instead of a must-have, it was a need to have, and you can use it as the ground up from how you would build a system around it and what kind of fixtures you would use for that.
What did you do different about the remote driver?
So historically what we've had is limitations. So up to maybe 4 fixtures per driver, and then you'd have to put 12 fixtures in a box, and it was a very large box. It was complicated. It was hard to wire. You were constantly putting the wrong fixtures to the wrong drivers and stuff like that. What we've done is we've made it into, instead of being a remote driver, it is actually a low voltage, multi-zone power supply system. So you can get up to 30, 40 plus fixtures on one unit. It's non-polarity specific, so it's polarity agnostic. You can actually switch the wires out. They all connect now via low voltage wire from fixture to fixture. You can go up to 200-foot runs on it. So we've taken a lot of the complexity out of the system, and it's going to lower the cost of the installation. It's going to lower the materials that you're going to need, which is going to be better for the environment, lower for cost. And it's also going to allow us to start taking fixtures and design them specifically to be smaller in nature because you don't need drivers anymore in them. So the housings don't need to be as complex as they used to be. So it's just a win-win-win all around for everything.
I was with Paul Pompeo last night. If you know Paul, we were at an event, doesn't matter the name of the event, but it was a very luxurious restaurant, probably $10,000 chandeliers,
yes.
Okay? Probably 20 of them. The contractor thought it would be a good idea, instead of remote mounting it, to just mount it on top of the chandelier.
All the drivers.
All the drivers.
Right.
And it was the ugliest thing because you had this giant box. It just killed the look of the chandelier. And on a $10,000 chandelier, it blew me away.
It's that kind of thing where you want to get them out of a sightly area, but it's also from an accessibility. If it's one of those areas that's hard to get to, or it's a hospital room or something like that where you're not going to get into it that often, those are the kind of places where remote drivers make a lot of sense. But the applications are endless. It could be hotel rooms. It could be suites in stadiums. I mean, there's so many different applications you can have for remote drivers now.
Sean, I think I first met you many years ago here at LEDucation. We're in the 20th year. What is your thought of the show?
Yeah, I mean, we were back at the original show back, I think there was like 10 of us, and we were in like the basement of Penn. It's come a long way since that. I've liked it as it's grown. There's been some growing pains. It's gotten so big. It's not just a New York show anymore as it was originally catered towards. I'm really excited about the 3 days next year. I thought that the design hours this year was great. I think having it for a full day next year would be even better, just because it allows the designers to be able to spend a little more time with each of the manufacturers, because it is hard to get through the show in 2 days. There's just so many companies, so many good things to see, and I just love the fact that it continues to grow every year. It's innovative, more people want to come to it, and it's become a new national show.
How do you see the lighting economy right now?
That's a $10 million question. It's an interesting time that we're in. I think that the economy is strong. Things are going well. Specifiers are extremely busy. When we talk to all of our lighting design friends out there, there's tons of projects out there, but we're seeing the projects themselves a little bit slower to release than they have been. And so we're seeing a little bit more of this wait, and then hurry up, you need it right away kind of thing. So it's changed the dynamic a little bit, but overall it's very strong. We're seeing a lot of need for products, a lot of need for innovation, but it's not as quick as I think probably most of my friends in the industry would like it to be.
Sean, it's always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Same time, same place next year.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, pleasure.